hard work, willingness to do the right thing regardless of consequences, a deep quest of knowledge, goofiness and a fun demeanor, and a willingness to help others before himself. The students supported with these gifts will be nominated by their high school teachers for the award based on these and other qualities of character that they possess. So where we are. As mentioned, the fund was conceived by the Fat Men. Since Steve's death on February 17th, we have received over 160 donations from individuals, school districts, other coaches and friends, teachers, and strangers. It's been an amazingly humbling experience, let me tell you. The process, as I noted, is to have the teachers nominate students based on the qualities that they feel they know about Steve's legacy and about Steve as a person. Every year we'll have a capital call of the Fat Men and anyone else who want to donate. It'll be on Fat Tuesday at a local establishment to be named each year. Steve died on Fat Tuesday this year, so we felt that it was an appropriate time to gather together. There'll be hugs, there'll be tears, there'll be toasts, and there'll be check writing. So we hope you all will join us next year. We don't know that the amounts that will be given each year or how many will be given each year, but we do know one thing. We will fund it every year, and we will fund it to the extent that it will be self-sustaining for years to come. And every donation will end in 42. Steve touched many lives and impacted so many people that the fact that one man can have such a profound impact on the world around him is uplifting, humbling, and hopeful. For those of us who knew and loved him, and for those special kids that come out of this wonderful community and school. Our hope is that the recipients of these annual awards will go forth and continue to be positive forces in the world and the communities they choose to live in. We hope that they will, like Steve, be ever present in other people's lives, notice and appreciate the big and small things of daily life, and by their very being, offer hope and encouragement to all that they meet. I know we're all better people for having known Steve, and I trust the same will be true of those who come in contact with the award recipients for many years. So I'd like to read a few quotes from the nominations this year, if you don't mind. Quote, when I think of Steve, I think of a person who above all else was accepting, kind, caring, intelligent, humble, and down to earth. I think of a person who was competitive yet wins and loses with humility. When I think of Steve, I think about his character and particularly his kindness towards everyone. When I think of Steve, I am immediately reminded of his kindness, generous nature, sense of humor, and the manner in which he embraced people from all walks of life. Quote, the most noticeable attribute that Steve Hall possessed was his kindness. You see a trend here? A tough example to live up to? Possibly, but after reading the recommendations from the teachers, I'm not thinking it's going to be very tough. So here are a few lines from these recommendations for the students that they put forth. Quote, both in the classroom and out, this student is accepting of others and adopts leadership strategies to include all voices in decision-making. Quote, this student is intelligent, honest, hardworking, caring, and persistent. This student was always willing to step up when necessary to help the team and those around her. Quote, this student is a positive leader on the playing field and in the gym, in the classroom and in the community. The most striking quality character trait that this student shares with Steve is their modesty about discussing successes. This student accepts accolades uncomfortably and would much rather shift the focus on someone else. This student is truly one of the kindest and most empathetic people I've ever met. Their concern for others is unparalleled. Quote, from the minute this student walked into Grandview Heights High School, this student embraced his fellow students, greeted teachers warmly, and worked for the greater good of the school and the community. Much like Steve, the student has a gift for putting people at ease no matter what is going on with them personally. This one means a lot to me and everyone who knew Steve over the last 2 years. If you came in contact with him, and I know you all did over these last 2 years, you know that he wouldn't let you think about his illness. He wouldn't let you worry about his illness or his family. He only wanted to know what was going on in your life. And from this recommendation of this student, it sounds like he carries those similar qualities. The above are but a few examples of the quality and character and the types of kids coming through our system, formed in part by Steve's being and presence, and they are soon to go out and touch and impact the world. The Fat Men of Grandview and those who contribute to our fund hope to foster that impact in a small way, and we thank you all for who you are and for all that you be. Just as we are stewards of the money donated to the fund, you students are all stewards of Grandview Heights High School, as well as Steve's impact and legacy. We hope and trust that you remember and take care of Steve's legacy. For now, you are joined with it, and you bear responsibility to it. This year's recipients of $2,042 each are Emma Hecker and Eli Reed.